Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I was 17 when my world imploded. My mother, Rhea, always my biggest champion, died suddenly. It left my father, Paul, a shell of himself. We owned a small construction company, Valdes and Paul Construction, with Derek Valdes, my father's longtime business partner, as the other half. My dream, since I could hold a pencil, was to study architecture at Northwood Institute. I filled notebooks with designs, sketches of houses that felt alive. But with Rhea gone, Derek stepped into a void, portraying himself as a mentor to me. He'd take me aside, put a hand on my shoulder, and with a tone dripping with false sincerity, tell me that Northwood was a pipe dream. He'd say, "You're practical, son, like your old man. Architecture. That's for the high-minded, the artistic types. You don't have that abstract conceptualization, the flair. You're hands-on. Your father needs you here, needs you to learn the trade, swinging a hammer, not sketching grand ideas in an ivory tower." He'd subtly, skillfully, twist my father's grief into guilt, making me feel that abandoning the family business for university would be a betrayal. I was young, grieving, and incredibly impressionable. I respected him. He was like an uncle, so I listened. I put my dreams away, picked up a hammer, and became a carpenter for Valdes and Paul, watching Derek make all the major decisions, feeling my potential slowly suffocate. For 10 long years, I swallowed my resentment. Every nail I hammered, every beam I raised, felt like a concession to Derek's dismissal of my intelligence and creativity. But the fire inside me never truly died. Around my late 20s, I couldn't take it anymore. Without telling a soul, especially not Derek or my father, I enrolled in an online architecture program. Nights and weekends, I poured myself into my studies, proving Derek wrong, not just to myself, but to the memory of my mother. As I delved deeper into building codes, material science, and structural integrity, I started to notice things at work. Discrepancies, major ones. Derek was cutting corners, systematically and brazenly. He'd bid projects with high-quality, specified materials, but then substitute cheaper, often substandard alternatives. He'd short-sheet insulation, use thinner-gauge steel, even skimp on concrete mixes in non-visible foundations. He was defrauding clients, and by extension, my father, who was too consumed by grief and trust to notice. He was pocketing the difference, enriching himself at the expense of our reputation, and more critically, the safety of the homes we built. My personal vendetta transformed. This wasn't just about my crushed dreams. This was about his criminal negligence and blatant betrayal of everyone, including my own father. My plan became clear. Expose Derek's fraud, publicly and legally, ensuring he faced the most severe consequences possible. Over the next 2 years, while still working for him during the day, I became a silent, meticulous investigator. I photographed everything: invoices for expensive materials that never appeared on site, hidden deficiencies in completed homes, material deliveries that didn't match project specifications. I used my architectural software to compare original blueprints against the shoddy as-built realities. I covertly accessed digital records, copying client contracts, change orders, and financial ledgers, ensuring I had a comprehensive, irrefutable trail of evidence. Each piece of data was carefully organized, cross-referenced, and anonymized. When I finally had a dossier that could sink a battleship, I made my move. Using burner accounts and encrypted connections, I anonymously submitted the entire package to the state's Building Standards and Regulatory Board, and a simultaneous copy to a prominent local investigative news team known for their exposés on consumer protection. The fallout was swift and devastating. The news story broke first, a scathing report titled, "Local Builder Accused of Widespread Fraud, Putting Homeowners at Risk." The Regulatory Board immediately launched a full-scale investigation, which quickly turned into a criminal inquiry. Derek Valdes was arrested. Valdes and Paul Construction was shut down, its licenses revoked. My father was initially in shock, devastated by the betrayal of his longtime partner. But as the full extent of Derek's fraud became clear, and the evidence I'd gathered exonerated my father from any complicity in the financial schemes, he understood. He was cleared of wrongdoing, though the company itself was ruined. Derek, on the other hand, lost everything. His assets were seized to cover fines and restitution. His reputation was utterly destroyed, and he faced a lengthy prison sentence. The last I heard, he's still behind bars, paying his dues. I stepped forward then, my architectural qualifications now proudly displayed. My father and I rebranded as Paul & Sons Renovations, focusing on ethical, high-quality work, with me leading the design and project management. We started small, rebuilding trust and reputation brick by painful brick. Today, we're thriving, building sustainable, modern homes that I design myself. I also take on independent architectural commissions. I never spoke to Derek again, never needed to. He tried to tell me I wasn't good enough to build my dreams, but I ended up building his prison cell. Some lessons are learned the hard way.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.